Heihachi was revealed despite Harada baiting the community into thinking that he was dead, releasing a bad, stagnant, immature DLC story in October 2024, and it was by this point that I was personally tired of Tekken 8. Folks who know me on Twitter and YouTube know that my Year 1 Tekken 8 experience was barely playable or accessible on Steam, and that I've been very vocal about the Tekken team's shady corporate practices, their communication, manners, and clear internal and external flaws from Tekken 7 that got worse in Tekken 8. My Tekken origins will be presented here, but be aware of the fact that I was outspoken about Tekken 7 as well during the game's late lifespan and optimistic about Tekken 8. I am also an advocate for competent storytelling in fighting games, and have shared plenty of posts and videos to express this. I also featured a wide catalog of valuable characters, villains, and established writers in pop culture and narrative arcs that would be beneficial to the Tekken team's records for future attempts on my X and YouTube platforms. I did this after my base story review, my pre-Heihachi DLC story release, and after the DLC story expansion. And yes, I featured tough love in the official story reviews. No excuses for this new story since your characters are 30 years old. Tekken 7's story was unclear with a low budget. Tekken 6 was available to effectively utilize for Tekken 8, yet you danced around it, and I detailed why that was fundamentally a bad move for Tekken 8's story. Tekken 8 also left a promising impression in its demo footage. There was a high budget too, but that was spent on the visuals and flash, with small crumbs on the writing to back it up. Once I shared this post below to notify the Tekken team of my base story writing critique, I think it was fair to say that things were already going downhill after they watched my video. The request for the community's base story feedback. Here are my tweets to them. Harada also asked for everyone's feedback on the music, visuals, and base game's narrative direction. And here's my second one from January 31st. Harada's alternative burner for this. I got this message later after I tweeted Murray, Harada, and the main Tekken account on the 31st. The base story review video was also launched on the 31st and released at 10:12 p.m. on my X post. Our conversation is here. Keep in mind that Harada has always been very self-conscious about Tekken 4's development history and the content that follows. I did talk about Tekken's narrative history before starting my review. Call my comment and my first video exaggerations, but Heihachi's canon DLC story update doubled down on the lack of focus for the writing. Contrast that with how I found Eddie promising because